in 7th place is eliminated. It was quite difficult to make other predictions for this lineup. Due to their positioning, BFG is falling, pubgmobile is starting to struggle with rotations. UNICO, meanwhile, delegates some responsibility to his teammate or is still disabled. He comes out against the bad boy and outshoots his second opponent, friends. Solo is now almost playing against the destruction team. He eliminates them. 8 eliminations are on the account of the UNICO team. And this guy, with the nickname UNICO, is currently fully playing out his team, thus securing them at least a top 3 position, considering what we are observing on the map. The Camorra team will contest the Frishik lineup. They have no zone, and I would already give the victory to the UNICO team, as I believe there are no other privileges. The move from perfect is more than correct, and the mechanics are currently more than decent for the guys. Believer, meanwhile, is trying to replenish his health, and the Camorra esports team has 5 points as well. But Yannick has a very good high ground. They have a zone, and perhaps through some smokes the guys will come up with something. It remains just the two of them. Blame and UNICO, 6 eliminations by the way, are visible on this guy's account, and I think he will be the MVP of the first match. By the way, the prize pool is also distributed to the MVP players. There will be 2 of them, each will receive 1,000 rubles. Therefore, the guy is already starting to claim this position from the very start, aiming for one of the spots. The name of this event is Lara. There was an attempt to work, there is some damage, but unfortunately, it is also lacking. The smokes are flying, they need to be displayed, and in my opinion, Blame should be doing this, and the tape flew onto the grenade, and I think 2 should still be thrown cold. Yes, he is starting to implement the same mechanics. Aminata is starting to pull back on the right flank, so there is information about the shots, but not about the display of these guys. There are a lot of smokes, and this high ground is also turning the game for the team. UNICO team, it seemed, had a privileged position, but in the end they couldn't work from it due to the smokes, because there was no trajectory and too many smokes were thrown by the opponent, making it impossible to display anyone. I think they will have to resolve some issues among themselves until the end in the class fight. There are no offensive utilities from Perfect, except for one Molotov cocktail, which I think will still be implemented. Believer, there's no offensive utilities at all. This is possibly something that is present. No, unfortunately, this guy has nothing. A potential exit on the left flank, some damage can be tried to inflict on Blame, and accordingly, open some angle for himself. Believer, I think, will manage further to the east, and due to their numerical advantage, Camorra esports can now secure the chicken dinner. Still, the minority in the unique team tells us that we can predict victory for them against Camorra esports, but with one grenade, Believer sends disable and equalizes the numerical advantage. Guys, we can work now. Lying prone, Minette goes in and Blame misses in this whole DPS situation, which looks very serious in his hands. Blame is also on the ground, and only Reflex needs to be found. The guy is at critical health, lying prone now, but he didn't have enough in this whole situation. UNICO team takes the chicken dinner for themselves and in principle opens the score in this event. Big guys, without a doubt. 11 eliminations and a total of 21 points for these guys. It tells us that they are fully charged. My congratulations. UNICO stood out with 9 points. This guy did it solo. A very nice result. So far, this is the record of the current event. I still suggest keeping an eye on potential records of players and individual performances as well, to see how the guys will position themselves and to identify the best player, generally the MVP of the event in the future. So far, this is UNICO having 9 eliminations. Camorra esports is in top 2 with 5 points.